In multiplication, first let's do multiplication of a real number and complex number. Okay, again, we do it by an example. Example, if A, for example, is 5 minus 3j, when you say real number and a complex number, you're talking about something like this, 6a. Okay, so what is 6a? So 6 is the real number and a is the complex number. Okay, so 6a is actually equal to 6 multiplied by 5 minus 3j. Okay, so what is 5 minus 3j? This will be 6 multiplied by 5. This will be 30. Then 6 multiplied by 3. This will be minus 18j. So this will be the answer for 6 multiplied by a. So this is the multiplication of a real number and a complex number. Let's have another example. Okay. So let's say now a is equal to 5 plus 2j and b is equal to 3 minus j. 3 minus j means the magnitude is a 1 for the imaginary number. So let's say we now combine everything that we have learned previously. So this will now be, let's do now a plus 2b. So we combine addition and subtraction together with multiplying a real number and a complex number. So we write it. What is a? 5 plus 2j plus 2b, that is 2 multiplied by 3 minus j. Okay? So how will this look like? Okay? So this will be 5 plus 2j plus 2 multiplied by 3 minus j. So this will be 2 multiplied by 3, that will be 6. 6 minus j, that will be minus 2j. Then we separate the real from the imaginary, and this will be 5 plus 6, then plus 2j minus 2j. In this case, your answer is only 11. Why? Because this is 0j. If it is 0j, you can simply write it as simply 11. You don't need to write 0j. Okay? So, let's do multiplication now. Multiplication of complex numbers. Okay? We do multiplication of complex numbers, which is also normally encountered. Okay? Also normally encountered in many engineering problems. Okay? So again, example, A is equal to 3 plus 2j, and let's say B is equal to 6 minus 4j. Okay? So let's do now A multiplied by B, or let's just say AB. Okay? What's AB? A is 3 plus 2j, and what is B? 6 minus 4j. So when you multiply each with the other term. So how is it? So first we multiply 3 multiplied by 6. So this will be 3 multiplied by 6. Okay? Now, please don't hesitate to ask if you have questions. Then I have 2j multiplied by 6. I multiply this. So you just write plus, 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 so you will not be confused. Then you just write 2j multiplied by 6. Okay? Then 3 multiplied by you have now 3 multiplied by negative 4j. So you have 3 multiplied by negative 4j. Okay? And then the last one will be 2j multiplied by negative 4j. So this will be 2j multiplied by negative 4j. And this is now your final answer. One term in complex number is the term conjugate. Okay? The conjugate of complex numbers. Now, what is the conjugate of complex numbers? You say conjugate of complex number, okay, I think you have to show it directly through an example. Okay, so again, we have an example. Let's find the conjugate of 3 plus 4j. Okay, to get the conjugate of 3 plus 4j, we multiply 3 plus 4j, okay, with the same complex number but with an opposite sign. So this will be 3 minus 4j. Okay? So the conjugate of 3 plus 4j is, well, the conjugate of 3 plus 4j is the same complex number but with an opposite sign. So this will be 3 minus 4j. So this is the conjugate of 3 plus 4j. Okay? Or let's have another example. If we want to get the conjugate of 5 minus 2j, the conjugate of 5 minus 2j is 5 plus 2j. So you change the sign of the imaginary when you talk about the conjugate. Okay? Now, why do we define what is conjugate? Because we will be using it if we are going to divide complex numbers. Okay. Again, we'll demonstrate division of complex numbers directly through an example. Okay. So again, we have an example. So the example is say we have 6 plus 2j divided by 3 minus 3 minus j. Okay. So how do we divide complex numbers? Okay. How do we do division of complex numbers? Division of complex numbers involves conjugate. Okay? It involves using the conjugate. If you are doing division of complex numbers, so if you have now 6 plus 2j divided by 3 minus j, okay? To divide, you don't divide it just like an ordinary division. Okay? In the division of complex numbers, you multiply it. You multiply both numerator and denominator by the conjugate. Okay? So what's the conjugate of 3 minus j? It will be 3 plus j. So you multiply both numerator and denominator by the conjugate. So 3 plus j. Because this is 3 minus j. Remember, 3 plus j divided by 3 plus j is equal to 1. So the number doesn't change. But it will help us in doing the calculation. Okay, since you have done multiplication earlier, can you multiply 6 plus 2j? Okay, 6 plus 2j multiplied by 3 plus j, and then you multiply 3 minus j by 3 plus j. Can you multiply the numerator? Can you do the numerator first? What is 6 plus 2j multiplied by 3 plus j? It should be 10. See if you can get 10.
Sir, so the J always will be negative, is it?
The j square.
Yeah, J square always will be
J square
negative.
is equal or j square always equal to negative 1.
Okay, sir.
Are you able to get 10? Are you able to get 10 for this one? For the 3 minus j multiplied by 3 plus j.
Yes, sir. 10, sir.
You get 10? Okay.
Correct. J minus j squared in 1. 9
You're
plus 1.
correct.
Correct.
Yeah, correct. Minus j square is equal to 1. Yeah, that's correct.
Correct, sir.
Okay. Then you can just simplify this. If you have the calculator, you can simplify this to be 1.6 plus 1.2j. Right?
Yeah, sir, correct.
Right, sir.
Correct, right?
Correct, sir.
Okay, let's have another one. Okay, so can you do this one now? Uh, okay, do this one now. Again, it is division.
Launch.
Then tell me what will be the answer on top. Again, don't forget, you multiply numerator and denominator by the conjugate. Okay? Don't forget.
Twenty-four minus 26j.
First one will be
24 minus 26j.
24. No.
Negative 26, sir.
The negative what?
26.
26j.
Negative 26j. Don't forget the j.
Okay.
Because 6 multiplied by 2 is 12. 4j multiplied by 3j is minus 12. 6 minus 26j. Then denominator will be what? Divided by what?
Uh, 13J, sir.
13,
Hmm?
13.
What's
13J.
your answer? There's no J.
Oh, 13.
Okay.
Yeah, 13.
Now remember when you multiply, okay, let me write this one. So this 13. So if we divide this one, this will be minus 2J. Now, I noticed that it took you a long time for getting the conjugate. Okay, so this is a hint if you are getting the product of a conjugate. So if let's say for example you have this 2 plus 3J, then you multiply by the conjugate 2 minus 3J. Okay, the simplest answer, the simplest way to solve this is, okay, if you multiply a complex number with a conjugate, it will result to a real number. And this will be actually 2, okay, square 2 multiplied by 2 plus 3 multiplied by 3. This is the simplest way if you are multiplying a conjugate. Okay, a complex number multiplied by the conjugate will be equal to this one. See this. If you multiply this conjugate, see what happens. You have 3 multiplied by 3 plus, okay, 1 multiplied by 1, which is equal to 9 plus 1 equal to 10. Okay, so now though if you might be confused, oh, I need to put negative 1. No, you don't need to put negative 1 if you are multiplying this conjugate. So this will always be, in other words, it will simply be 3 squared plus 1 squared. Same thing with this one, it will simply be 2 squared plus 3 squared. You don't need to write the negative. You don't need to write the negative if you are multiplying a number by its conjugate. Okay? Any question?
Oh, no, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Is this clear regarding the conjugate? Okay.
Yeah,
Is this
sir.
clear? Okay. Thanks. The magnitude of a complex number. Sometimes we don't want to express it as a complex number. Okay? So how do we get the magnitude of a complex number? So again, let's have an example. Okay? So assuming that A is equal to 3 plus 2J. The magnitude